Introduce myself. My name, as you know, is B.L. Narsaya. I graduated from Andhra University. Way back in 1967, I passed out MSc Tech Applied Geology, a 3-year course at that time, and then joined in PhD program under a CSIR sponsorship. And I started working on mineral deposits. My first point of focus at that time was some minerals occurring in the Eastern Ghats. Eastern Ghats, as you know, is a Precambrian geology. Some minerals were already known, not that they were located by me. There were a lot of predecessors, GSI people, some professors. They already located iron ore occurrences, chromite occurrences, and apatite occurrences. Apatite, as you know, as I was telling earlier, it is a phosphate. It is a calcium fluorophosphate. Fluo means bearing a fluorine. That is an apatite ore. Ore is for phosphorus. But it is not the phosphorus I am meant for it. I will explain it further in this. So these three minerals were allotted to me at that time for further studies. Locations were known, occurrences were known, and I started continuing those studies. And about 3 years I took. 1 year I completed the field studies, went out all those areas, did some sort of underground mapping, trench mapping, because at that time you can imagine me, I was a lone man, that too from a university, with no facility, except a hammer and a haversack which were given to me from the department, and a more or less crude clinometer and a magnifying glass. I went to the field and collected masses of samples from logged areas. That means authenticated location known, not from a scrap. That is apatite samples, magnetite samples, and chromite samples. All those I brought. Specifically, those small maps I used to keep with me because at that time I neither had facility to do that systematic mapping. Mapping, as you know, it is of three dimensions. One is a recognitor mapping, the other is a systematic mapping, maybe 1 inch, 1 mile, or 1 centimeter, 1 kilometer, and then detailed mapping. And other things of mapping are there, tunnel mapping, and all those detailed maps are as and when they are needed. So maps are a crucial bone. But for me, I can definitely say I did not go to those large areas and map those formations. GSI already provided the data. GSI maps were available. So I made use of those maps, located my areas, went to those pinpointed areas. So that part of the investigation, now I want to again refocus it because the type of studies I did at that time, maybe if you don't call them obsolete, at least I call them as a point of reference. You can start a relook at what you want to do in future because a future outlook is needed. As I was telling repeatedly, need for minerals is a base for every country. And every country is not uniformly endowed with all the minerals. So some are uneven because minerals are unevenly distributed in the geological time and space and hence the geographical territory. So Greenland may be rich in some minerals, Canada may be rich in some minerals, and why we are not uranium? Why we are not having uranium in our country? Canada is having, America is having, some other countries are having. That means the type of environment needed for that mineral formation is lacking in the geological environment.